So welcome everyone, and this is one of the last lectures of this topic, not probably the last. Lecture number 15 is what we are dealing with in circular dynamics. And can you just recollect what we were doing in the last class? What was the topic? What we were discussing in the last class? I hope.
Having cases, sir.
Yes, which case? Which case? Which case? Which case we were discussing?
We're discussing just reaches a point C.
We were discussing at what point what happens, and I think we were on case number 3, right? Case number 3. So I will have to make this body just reach the topmost point C. Am I correct? I have to just reach the topmost point C. This is also known as condition of looping. Have you heard this term, condition of looping? This is also known as the condition of looping or condition of completing the circle. Condition of looping or condition of completing the circle. What speed do I need at the lowest point so that this body completes the circle, somehow reaches the topmost point? Now the condition for looping it at the highest point, the tension should become a 0. If the tension becomes 0 at the highest point, and I know that tension is minimum at the highest point, did I tell you that? Yes or no? Do we recollect? That tension is minimum at the highest point, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if this tension is minimum at the highest point and it becomes 0 at the highest point, it can never become 0 between A and C. So if it never becomes 0 between A and C, it will not leave the circular path. It will reach the highest point, and this velocity at the highest point will be root over GL. Can anyone tell me how will I get this velocity root over GL?
By equation number 6, sir.
Oh, equation number 6. I don't remember equation number 6. I'll just go back in time. See, I have a time
AC
machine.
plus mg equals to VC square by L.
Oh, wow. Good. You are now well done. बहुत अच्छा. It is good that you remember this equation number 6, and I bring you back in the past. Equation number 6, as soon as you put tension as 0, as soon as you put tension as 0, you will get the velocity at point C as root over GL. And as soon as you get root over GL from this equation, is everyone there on the same page? Can I have raise hand that we understand root over GL? How does it come? Girls, boys, well done. Now you are prepared. Well done. Now, as soon as you get the velocity at point C must be root over GL, you can find out the velocity at the lowest point from the velocity at the highest point. Now, from which equation you are going to get the velocity at the lowest point?
Equation number 14, sir.
Equation number 14. So I have the equation numbers as well. Let me have a look. I don't remember equation number 14. Where? Yes. We come back from past. We come back forward in time and we go to equation number 14. When I apply Lockme from A to C, I already know the velocity at point C. Now, velocity at point C, I know this is root over GL. From this equation number 14, I can very easily, in a split second, tell you what will be the velocity at point A. And that is how you get the velocity at the lowest point must be root over 5GL. And that is how I arrive at this term, root over 5GL. So it has not come from air. God has not told us that. We have derived it using simple physics. Do we all understand this? This is how I get this equation. Root over 5GL is the condition of completing the loop, and you should never forget this in this life of yours, that the condition of completing the loop is root over 5GL. Now, That was case number 3. Now, what would be my case number 4? What would be my case number 4? Tell me, bacha. Case number 4. Case number 4 will be velocity at point A is greater than root over 5 GL. Now, can you tell me the smaller points from this? See, we'll just make points similar to case number 3. I'll just take you back in the past, show you what was case number 3. In case number 3, I had made a series of points: point number A, point number B, point number C, point number D, and point number E. Similarly, I'll make small cases. Similarly, I will make small cases, point number A, B, C, D, and E. Similarly, I'll make small cases for case number 4. Can you tell me what will be the first point in case number 4? First point in case number 4. On similar lines, tension T never becomes 0. Do we all agree on this?
Sir.
Never becomes 0 between A and C. So it will never leave the circular track. What about tension at point C? Will it be 0? What about tension at point C? Will it be 0? Tension at point C will be greater than 0. Do we all understand this? Do we all understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this? What about velocity at point C? It will be greater than? Velocity at point C. What about velocity at point C?
Velocity of point C.
Velocity not of point C, at point C. Yes, velocity at point C
Point A.
will be greater than?
At point.
Velocity at point C will be greater than root over GL. Do we all understand this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understands this? Now, to better understand this, let us do a question. Let us do a question. And I'll just write the question in very short language so that we don't waste time in writing the question. We concentrate on getting the answer. If speed at point A is root over 6GL, find everything. What do you mean by everything? Tension at point A, tension at point B, tension at point C, velocity or speed at point B, and velocity or speed at point C. Your time starts now. And I'll give you a minute to minute. Okay, so what I've done here is I've drawn the free body diagram so that I can wait, so that I can save some time. And then I do my usual task. I write the equation, the green equation at point A. The green equation, which is the equation for the centripetal direction at point A. Can anyone tell me what is the equation?
B is equal to 4mg.
Correct. Can anyone tell me the green equation? The equation at point A?
TA minus mg equal to mv a square by n.
TA minus mg is equal to m into VA square by L. You know the value of VA squared. VA squared is
Root
5
under root.
mg. VA squared is 5 GL. So from there I can get the value of TA. My TA will come as 7 mg. Correct? Everyone got this?
Yes, sir.
Great. So far so good. Well done. Let us now move on to the
Sir,
blue.
TC equals to mg.
Let's see. Yes, TC is equal to mg. Let us now move on to blue equation. So I have answers from the class. Let us move on to the blue equation. Can anyone tell me the blue equation? Blue equation is the equation at point B. Equation at point B. TB is equal to MVB square by L. I can't find out tension at point B because I don't know the velocity at point B.
Sir, apply lock me from A to B.
Yes, for that I have to apply lock me. So I write lock me from here to here. Lock me from where to where? From A to B. From A to B, I simply write the Lockme equation. What is the Lockme equation from A to B?
Half mv square A equals to half mvb square plus mgl.
Yes, half mVA square plus 0. Let us forget about 0. That will be equal to half mVB square plus the potential energy mgl. I know everything over here. I know that the velocity at point A squared is 6gl. I put the value over there. And from there, in a split second, I should be able to get the value of velocity at point B. What is the velocity at point B coming as? Let me know.
2gl.
It will be coming as root over 4gl, right?
Sir, yes, sir.
Root over 4gl. Am I correct? So I can write it as 2 times root over gl. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Sir, yes, sir.
Great. Well done. Then I come to the last but not the least, the pink equation. The pink equation. Can you tell me what is the pink equation?
From A to C.
No, I tried the pink equation first, the equation for tension.
Yes, sir.
TC plus
mv square by L minus mg.
yes, you can write it like this, mv square by L. The only problem here is I don't know the value of VC square. To find out the value of VC square, I will write log me from
C.
From A to C. When I write log me from A to C, the log me looks like this: half M V A square plus 0. Forget about 0.
mgl
M VC square plus mg into 2L. Correct?
yes, sir.
From here, I can calculate the value of VC. What is the value of VC coming as?
Under root 2gl.
Under root 2gl. So VC is under root of 2gl. As soon as I get the value of this VC, I can put it here and I can get the value of TC. What is the value of TC coming as? TC would be coming as
mg, sir.
M into G. That is correct.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely correct. No problems in this. Now, if we have done this question, and if any question of this time comes, don't have to actually do the entire thing. If you now can get a shortcut out of here in terms of finding out the velocity at point B or velocity at point C, there is a pattern. There is a pattern. If you can spot that pattern, There's a pattern. If you can spot that pattern, so what I'm going to do is highlight all the velocities in yellow. If you can spot that pattern out, you will not have to even use Lockme. So all the velocities are in black, in yellow, spotted in yellow. There was a reason that I did not write VB as 2 times root over GL. I wrote it as root over 4 GL. Do you see a pattern there? Velocity at point A, velocity at point B, velocity at point C, and this pattern will always be repeated. Yes. This pattern will be repeated. You don't have to use Lockme even. Without even using Lockme, you can find out from velocity at point A, you can find out the velocity at point B. From velocity at point A, you can find out the velocity at point C without even using Lockme if you understand the pattern. What is the pattern here? What is the pattern here? Velocity at point A is root over 6 GL. Spot the pattern. Velocity at point B is root over 4 GL. Velocity at point C will be root over 2 GL. Remember, bacha, JEE Mains is not a test of your understanding. It's a test of how fast, how quickly you can do a question. How fast or how quickly you can do a question. That is what JEE Mains stand for. Does not stand for whether you know it or not. Yes. Do you spot the pattern? And the pattern is pretty simple. If the velocity at point A is root over 5 GL, can anyone, after spotting the pattern, can you tell me what will be the velocity at point B and velocity at point C? Spot the pattern. And this pattern comes.
Root 3 GL, sir.
And this pattern comes because of this thing that I've highlighted in green. That is why the pattern comes, and the answer is correct. And the answer is, it has to be equal to root 3 GL. And this will be equal to?
Root GL, sir.
What is the pattern? How did you get it?
Difference is 2, sir.
Difference is 2. The difference between this and a difference between this and this has to be 2. Why it is coming as 2? Because of this root, because of this term MGL. 1 MGL creates a difference of 2. 2 MGL will create a difference of 4. So from first and the bottom and the topmost, the difference will be 4. Do we understand this?
Sir.
So now if any question comes, you don't have to do all this. Don't have to do all this. You just straight away give the answer, and that is how you become smarter. What will be the velocity at all the points B and C if the velocity at the lowest point is root over 8 GL? What will the velocity at point B and point C if the velocity at point A is root over 8 GL? So what is the answer now? If the velocity at point A is root over 8 GL, what are the velocities then? Velocity at point A is root over 8 GL. Then what will be the velocity at point B? What will be the velocity at point C? Tell me.
Root over 6 GL.
Velocity at point B will be root over 6 GL, and velocity at point C would be
4 root over 4 GL.
root over 4 GL. Do we all understand this?
Yes, sir.
Can I have some raised hands from everyone that we understand the pattern and now we can straight away get the answer? Anyone? At the back and the front. Great. Now I give you a trivia question. Just to catch you. I give you a trivia question. What happens when the velocity is, let me, because I've made a lot of good push in this. I just move ahead. What happens when the velocity at point A, and let me use this color. Then what happens when the velocity at point A is root over 4GL? What are the answers now? Tell me. On the same pattern, what are the answers now? What is the velocity at point B on the same pattern?
Root over 2GL, sir.
Root over 2GL.
Velocity at point C is equal to 0.
Velocity at point C is equal to 0. Now I ask you, is this possible?
No, sir.
Why is it not possible? Why is this not possible? Because if the velocity here is root over 4GL, it will never reach point C, yes or no?
Sir.
It will never reach point C. So this answer is correct. This answer is correct. It has to be root over 2GL at point B, but this answer is wrong. It cannot be 0 because it will never reach point C. Why will it never reach point C? Now that is the question. Why will it never reach point C? That is the question. That will take us to our next case. And what will be the next and the last case here? Case
requires minimum velocity, sir.
Yes. So that takes us to the last case, case number 5. If it is more than 5GL, no problems. We are done and dusted. We have seen how to do it. But then comes, what has happened here? Oops, okay. Then comes a case where root over 2GL is less than velocity at point A is less than root over 5GL. Do we understand the case? Do we understand this case? If it is exactly root 2GL, it only reaches point B. If it is exactly equal to root 5GL, it goes to the highest point. What if the velocity at point A is in between this? You can have any velocity. In fact, infinite number of velocities. Root over 2GL, root over 3GL, root over 4GL, 3.5, 4.5, 3.15, 3.105, whatever. Between root 2GL to root 5GL. More than root 2GL, but less than root 5GL. What happens? Again, we are going to make cases. What is the first case that we will write? It will never reach where? It will never reach point C. But I don't understand what is the problem here. Because when the velocity is root over 4GL, we've already seen that when it reaches the highest point, the velocity, oops, wrong color. What has happened here? Okay. But we have seen by the pattern that we created that when the velocity at point A is root 4GL, velocity at point C is coming 0. It is not coming negative. It is coming 0. It is possible that it reaches there with 0 velocity. Now I am saying that it is not possible to reach point C. So before the velocity becoming 0, something else happens. What is that something else that happens? Between point A and C, what will happen? Between point A and C, tension T becomes 0. Between point A and C, somewhere, tension becomes 0. Do you all understand this? And this
Yes, sir.
leaves the circular path. It will not keep on moving in the circle. It will just leave the circular path. And if it leaves the circular path, it will never reach point C. Afterwards, when it leaves, it will follow projectile motion, which is nothing but motion under gravity. It will follow motion under gravity. Remember, in the upper half, both tension and velocities can become 0, but tension will become 0 first. After that, only velocity can become 0, and we will see one case where tension is going to become 0. Mark my words, tension is going to become 0 in the next case, but it is a different case altogether. The tension is going to become 0, and the body will keep on moving still in the circular path. But that is not in this case. If the velocity is in between root over 2gl to root over 5gl, what happens? Tension will become 0 at some point, and let us understand this with a question. That is the best way to understand this. Question number 2. If velocity at point A is root over 4gl, and that is from where I start, find tension at point A, tension at point B, velocity at point B, and the point where T becomes equal to 0. Find the velocity at that point. That is the complete question. If velocity at point A is root over 4gl, find tension at point A, tension at point B, velocity at point B, and the point where tension becomes 0. You have to also find the velocity at that point. I'll give you a minute to think about it. Think about it, try. So that is how you're going to succeed. There is no shortcut to success. The only way you can succeed is by trying and doing hard work. I'll give you a minute to win it. Anyone there with any answer? No.
Sir, VB equals to root over 3GL.
VB is equal to root over. Yes, that is correct.
And TB equals to 3mg.
No, TB will not be equal to 3mg beta. Okay, let me first draw a diagram. I hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. This is point A. This is point B. This is point C. Does it reach point C? Does it reach point C? Yes or no?
Sir. No, sir.
No. So the velocity will become 0 somewhere in between B and C. Yes or no? Yes or no? Let me call that point as D. D is the point where the velocity becomes 0. No, not the velocity becoming 0. Tension becoming 0. Tension becoming 0. Let us draw the free body diagrams at the same time. I hope all of you are there with me and we are doing the hard work of drawing the free body diagrams at the various places. Tension at point B, mg, velocity at point B, tension at point D, velocity at point D, and the weight mg. So far so good. Everyone is there with me. Anyone is there with me on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us take small steps, baby steps. One thing is very damn, let us first write the green equation. The green equation is the equation at the lowest point. From there, I get the value of TA. What is the value of TA coming from the equation?
5 mg, sir.
TA will be equal to 5 mg. Everyone got this? I don't have to write the equation. Yes or no? Okay. So I leave that part. TA is point. TA is mg. Let us move on to the second equation. The second equation happens to be the blue one. Instead of writing the equation and log may, you don't have to use log may. You can straight away use that -2 wala funda. You can get me the velocity at point B and you can get me the tension at point B. Tell me the values. What is the velocity at point B coming as?
Root 2GL, sir.
Root of 2GL. That is correct. From there, you can find out the tension at point B. What is the tension at point B? What is the tension at point B?
2 mg.
2 mg. These are the answers for the point number 2. Straight away the answers. No problems for guessing them. I hope everyone got this. Can I have some raised hands? Now the problem is now, because it is not going to reach point C, because somewhere in between A and B, between B and C, which is our new point D, this velocity is going to become, no, velocity is not going to become 0. Velocity is going to be there. Tension is going to become 0. Now let us concentrate on the pink part. And the pink part is equation at point D. Can you give me the equation at point D?
TD plus mg cos theta is equal to mb d square by L, sir.
TD plus mg cos theta, that is absolutely correct, will be equal to m into Vd square by L. All of you would understand this, yes or no? And
Yes,
we
sir.
also know at the same time that this Vd gentleman is 0, correct?
Sir.
So from here I can calculate the value of Vd. No, I don't know cos theta. So I just get one equation which relates cos theta with Vd. If I know one more equation, I should be able to get the value of both this. Yes, that's a Lockme equation. That's a Lockme equation. Lockme, our old friend, will come to rescue us from point A 2 point D, I will just write the equation, and from there you will be able to calculate.
Root over 2GL into 1 minus cos theta, sir.
From there you will be able to calculate something. Let's see what is that thing. Let us write the equation. Half m into VA square. How much is VA square? 4GL. Is it correct?
Sir.
That will be equal to half m
VD square.
VD square. I don't know VD. Plus
GL into 1 plus cos theta.
MGL into 1 plus cos theta. Now I have these two equations. Let me call this as equation number 1. Let me call this as equation number 2. From equation number 1, I can find the value of VD square. Put it in equation number 2. There I will get the value of cos theta. I will leave this task to you to solve these two equations, which I am marking in yellow. TD is 0, remember that. TD is 0, remember that. Solve these two equations. I am not going to do it for you. No. I am not going to do it for you. M will get cancelled. Solve this equation. Get me the value of cos theta from there. And you will be presently surprised by the value of cos theta. Solve these two equations, get me the value of cos theta and VD. Anyone? Anyone? Get me the value of cos theta and VD from the two equations. Well, I will not waste any more time and I will just give you the answer for this. What is the answer for this? Cos theta will be coming as 2 by 3. Do we remember this cos theta coming 2 by 3? Do we remember this cos theta?
Sir.
What was this cos theta? Where was it coming 2 by 3? In the same question.
From A to B, sir.
In the same question where I had a block on the top of a sphere and I just pushed it and I asked you, where does it leave the path? There. There cos theta was coming as 2 by 3. Do we all recollect?
Sure.
And the velocity with which it leaves the circular track, here also it is leaving the circular track. There
Root
it,
over GR 2GR into 1 minus cos theta.
2 by 3 GL. And this was the velocity with which it was leaving the circular track. Do we remember this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The same answer comes here in the case of root over 4GL. Do we understand this? So if the velocity at the lowest point is root over 4GL, it will go up till a point where cos theta becomes 2 by 3. The velocity will become 2 by 3 root over 2 by 3 GL, and there it will leave the circular track. Am I clear, bacha? Anyone having any doubt, please raise them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I'll give you one question, which you will have to do it on your own and give me the answer. Question number 3. I hope everyone has noted this question down. Everyone has noted this question down?
Sir.
So this is the next one, which you have to do it on your own. I'll just give you the equations. That's it. Root over 3 GL. If the velocity at point A is root over 3 GL, then find the usual things: tension at point A, tension at point B, velocity at point B, where T becomes 0, and also find the velocity at that point. Do we understand the question in short? You don't have to write the entire question, entire language. I have written it in short. I'll give you a minute. We'll just make the equations and then you will solve them and get me the answer. If you can get me the answer straight away, I would be more than happy. A minute to win it. Well, I hope all of you have done this. Can I have the equations and the answers? Yes. First one, tension at point A is?
2 mg.
Tension at point A is 2 mg. No, it is 4 mg, beta. Yes or no? Yes or no? It's always one more than this. If it is 3, it has to be 4. As simple as that. Do we understand this? Do we understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this? Yes. Look for patterns, look for patterns, look for patterns. See here. Pattern, pattern. Here it was 4, so here it was 5. Pattern, 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 pattern. Pattern, pattern, pattern. Life is all about patterns. Life is all about patterns, 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 patterns. See here. It was 6. Here it was 7. Do you see the pattern here?
Yes, sir.
Simple pattern. Simple pattern. Follow simple patterns in your life, and you shall be doing good. Anyway, so tension at point A is 4 mg. Let us first quickly have the velocities at point B, the blue equations, and the tension at point B.
Sir. Under root GL, sir.
So velocity at point B is under root GL. That is correct. What about tension at point B?
mg, sir.
Mg. Very correct. Very good. No point set, nothing raised. Let us now bring attention to point D. Can I have the equation quickly at point D? Remember, this has to be 0. Velocity, oops. The tension at point D is 0.
Is equal to minus of root over GL by 3, sir.
Tension at point D plus mg cos theta. That is what you are saying, bacha? Is equal to m into Vd square by L. Now this is 0, correct?
Sir.
Yes. So this one is 0. This is 0. Okay, so from here I will get an equation between cos theta and Vd square. I can't get anything from there. So what I'll do, I'll make the equation for Lock me from point A to
D.
point D, right? What does the equation look like? Half mVA square is 3GL, yes or no?
Sir.
Will be equal to half mVD square plus mgl into 1 plus cos theta. Do we understand this, all of us?
Sir.
From here, using equation number 1, if I call this as equation number 1, and using equation number 2, I can well calculate the value of cos theta. If I get the value of cos theta, I will be getting the value of VD as well. I leave that task for you to solve it. I hope you can solve this. Can I have some reason that you can solve this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you will be able to solve this. So that finishes your this part. If I have one more class, I will be doing the case where it still goes up. Now you'll say, sir, how will it go up? Tension becoming zero. There is nothing to pull it. Is there a case possible where this still keeps on moving in the circular path? Now, if it still keeps on moving in the circular path, that becomes a different case altogether. And we'll be discussing that case, if possible, in the next class. Else, up till here, it is good enough for you. The only case that remains, we will discuss in the next class if it is possible. If not, then whenever we get time, I will discuss that case. I hope you enjoyed this class.
Yes, sir.
Let us see if we have another class or not. Else, the topic here and then would be wound off. Take care and have a nice day.